Why is it so bright? Oh, that's why it's so bright. I'm like, why is it so bright? There we go.
There you go. You might want to click that button over there, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
hi, folks. We have returned after our long hiatus. We had some things going on. That had some things going on, but we're back now, and we are back. Meeks, how are you doing? It's been a little bit.
I'm good. I'm here.
That's pretty much all I got nowadays. It's Wednesday, and yeah, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Oh man, so we are here to talk about Interview with the Vampire Season 2, Episode 1 and 2. And I will say, while I did like the content of these episodes, they seem to roll a little slow to me. But maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Hold on. What actually happened? Let me just
formulate. And well, while you're thinking, hey, Corinne, what's going on? Steve,
oh,
hello.
They changed stuff? What is that? That looks weird.
What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm talking about like
where did the squares come from?
Yeah, I'm like,
oh, you know what? I know what it is. I gotta go back and read it. Yeah, it looks regular. Yeah, I gotta go back and redo all of the things.
Okay,
yeah, but we don't have time for that just right now. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there we go. Okay, there's our smooth circles. There we go. Wait, hold on.
Meow.
I feel like there's one that I'm missing that we had that looked a little better than that. I think it was the rounded corners. That's what it was. But oh well, we'll figure out all that stuff at a later date.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I had to look and see what episode 1 and 2 were. Episode 1, yeah. I was just upset through. Like irritated because I'm just like, really? Because I think at the end of season 1, it was revealed.
Good, Fandom?
Hey, Fandom! It was revealed that Louis had let Lestat live, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reason that Claudia was mad at him.
Mm-hmm.
So I was with her. I'm like, listen, if we do all of this, and then we're gonna move to a whole other country on the other side, technically, of the world, and this is where we are, and I'm stuck with you, somebody who don't got no follow through, I'm mad at you too.
The first scene that we got for this episode, when they're climbing out of like the literal dugout that they had to sleep in to get away from the sun during the day, the look on Claudia's face once the camera goes over there just said everything that she was saying. Motherfucker, you really got me out here on this bullshit, bro. It's cold as shit. We don't even got a little stable or anything to go hide out in.
I'm hungry.
It's cold. I'm hungry. There's a war.
We
wet. Keep having to run from bombs and air raids and shit.
Like the blood around us is sad, so the food is not delicious. Like,
and they're not in America anymore. So while later on it will be a bit easier for them to mingle into the crowds and whatnots, right now during this war, like the guard said at the gate, Black Ukrainian, huh? All right, let me check these papers out real quick.
And this is one.
That's episode.
No. World War One or
no? It's world. Yeah, it's got to be World War One.
One. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I always get confused. Always. I'm like, who was we fighting? Yeah, I mean, two is
chat
Hitler.
room. Correct us if we're wrong, but I think it is. I think it is one.
Because World War II is all Hitler.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And I think we would have seen a lot more signs of random distress and whatnot among people if it was that timeline.
And on top of them being in, are they in Germany right now or like both?
They're moving through Romania right now.
And so now Louis doesn't speak the language.
No, yeah. Louis doesn't speak the language. So they make
Claudia
it
has to.
which is a perfect cover because they can believe her older brother is just walking around and he's the muscle, going to the jobs and whatnots, and she's helping to watch him.
She said so it was 2.
It makes sense.
That's
what I'm looking at.
It is end of World War II.
Oh, it's World War II. Okay.
That's what I'm like. Oh yeah, because later on. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're right.
The graves. Yeah, I think there's definitely a double meaning with that. But while they're going through, we get this voiceover, and he's saying that we would go someplace, hide out from the bombs, move on to the next checkpoint, could come up with another backstory to get through, Claudio would learn a few words enough to be passable, to have a small conversation to get your necessities. And once she learned those few words, well, she stopped asking. And basically that was him telling us, like, well, those guards we just saw a little bit ago, they're not there no more because they became food.
Yeah, correct.
Which, I mean, it makes sense for them anyway. I will say that Daniel is back with all of his sass. And while he's in here doing all of the best petty passive aggressive, he looks over at Armand and calls him Shiru Khan.
Listen,
I said, sir,
I'm not mad at him.
The amount of frustration, right? Exactly. I don't fault him for the shade at all because y'all playing in this man's face the whole time, and it's annoying as hell.
Like, you could have just told him. You could have just told him who you were and what you were and why you were, instead of having him like tiptoe around you, thinking that he had like somebody there to talk to. Like, okay, so we're both humans in this situation. Let me just tell you what I'm thinking. Tell you what I'm feeling. No. The real Rashid had me dying.
But
you're like the real Rashid.
He really would not drop it. And look, I appreciate that about him.
Hold the grudge.
Because he's 100% correct. It's been how long y'all have had this man here, and you still these are the fucking theater kids. This is how you know what their background is. They are the drama.
Like, you could have just told me who you were and then set out.
Seriously.
Then
now you want to start introducing yourself into the story and whatnot. Like, bro, I thought you was supposed to be over there or something.
I'm not interviewing you.
Huh?
I'm not interviewing you.
I'll get to you. Back to what I was just saying, though.
He was quick to cut him off. Like, I'm not talking to you.
Shade commence.
Maybe you should shut up. Thank you. And I can't hear him.
You know, Armand wanted to jump off that couch and snatch him up by the throat. But
you set yourself up for that, so you better eat it.
He did.
You better eat it.
They both did. Yep.
You're gonna have to.
The theater kids are the worst. And I say that being a former, technically still a theater kid. Yeah.
The Dramaticals.
Yeah. The Dramaticals. Oh, but they have like 70 plus years together of dramatic. So, of course, while you're telling your autobiography and putting this story together, you have to interject the drama. You can't just tell the story like a regular person.
No. But yeah, we didn't talk about why they were in Romania. They were in Romania.
They're vampire hunting
of Vlad, our Dracula, our sweetie boo boo.
Yep. They are vampire hunting
because she wants to know more about who they are, what they are, why they are, and she's kind of frustrated that now she's ended up having to do it by herself. Like, she was hoping for a partner and a friend and a family member, brother.
At least. And absolutely nothing. And it does come to a head in how things go. It's not till near the end, so I'll speak my thoughts on that in a little bit after we get through these points here. Once they get past those guards, they end up they pass through there, and then they go over to another place. I don't remember exactly where, but then there's the night patrol that's out. They start asking for papers, and they hand them over. It's like, these aren't no good. And then random village lady comes up and starts cussing them out because fuck y'all, you're still on our land. The damn war is supposed to be over. What the fuck are y'all even still doing here? It's cold as shit. Y'all know we not supposed to be out here because it's
bothering
stuff
people
in the shadows, and you just bothering people for what? For what?
And these
so
are
what
our
if
people.
The papers ain't
Thank
real?
you.
For what?
Thank you. These are our people. Should mind your business, people.
Why don't you go on your fuck shit ass patrol that you want? And literally, there's nothing on these streets, y'all.
Nothing.
There is nothing on these streets. The only like 2, maybe 3 buildings that I saw inhabited were all on lockdown. There's nothing for them to patrol.
No, because they move all of them into a central location because
they're only one big house.
What the hell was going on?
Hey, Jackie.
I'm like,
Yeah.
There was like, it's dangerous outside. Okay.
Right. So why did everybody choose to congregate in here? Stone walls and steel doors. I said, you know what? Show you right.
What?
Because why the fuck would I be outside when there's other shit that's going down out there? No thanks.
Like, it's scary out there.
Absolutely not. It's too dark, and my mama said get home before the street lights come on. So I'm not taking no chances. This random English dude comes in out the blue. I was hoping we would see more of him, but he was gone almost in the blink of an eye. Him and Louis had a little repertoire, whatever. For whatever reasons, he thinks that Louis is a deserter from the war, and Louis is like, no, that's not the tea. That's not the tea. And he just, and this is just like the uppity hoity-toity English. No.
I'm sure I'm right.
Where you come from, okay? I'm very sure I'm reading your cards accurately, young man. You don't want to face their wrath. Just go back, bitch. You go back.
Why are you here?
Why don't you go back?
Well, I'm a journalist.
Here? The only Englishman out here, huh? You just happen to get caught by yourself. He came up talking about, I haven't heard an English word in what is that? How many months or years or something or other? What are you doing here, sir? What are you still doing here?
And you're gonna bring your English ass over here to accost me in English, sir? Get out of my face. Get your face out of my face,
sir. We're not in America right now. I could murk you, and nobody's really gonna bat an eye right now. You know that, right?
Get your face out of my face.
And the little boy that was with him coming over to the table and just automatically going into Louis' bag. I was waiting for Louis to turn around and like elbow this kid in the temple, because don't touch my shit. I don't know you, little boy. I don't know your random parental parent figure that's over here. Like, why are you in my bag?
Wouldn't you be like
shit in there for you?
That you would find something or touch something?
Didn't even have manners to say good evening or hello, my name is.
I'd be like, I'm not going to nobody's bag because I'm not taking responsibility for what I find. I'm not, no. I don't want to know.
Okay. Absolutely not. I might see some shit that I'm not meant to see. I'm not paying that bill. Nope.
Nope. But this is the place where people are inside and they only go out in like groups of 2 or 3 because they know that something else is around and they can't figure out what's around. But whatever it is, it's slicing dark up. It's like slicing up bodies and biting. And Louis and Claudia were like,
oh, you don't say.
A bite? What do you mean? A snack? Where?
Once that is divulged, when the little boy runs off, he's like, Claudia, why don't you go hang out with the rest of the kids? He's like, no, I'm fine. Hey, little sister, nudge. The kids probably know a whole lot about what's going on all over the place. Why don't you go make some conversation
and have some fun,
read the room
games,
and go over there and get the fucking tea so we can move along faster.
About what's out there.
I can't believe it took her that long to catch on to what she's usually right on point.
That's because she's like, I'm tired. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of them.
You know what? She's
not a kid. I don't want to play with you. She's like 70 something.
It's been like what, 2 years? It's been like 2 years. They said, I think.
Yeah, but she's like technically in her 70s, right? 60s?
Oh, no. I meant just 2 years since they left.
Yeah,
from all the stuff.
I'm like,
but she's in her 70s.
So she's like, I don't want to play these
late
60s.
So Yes.
Kids.
So, okay, but go play with the kids and find out where they're playing. And where they're playing is because all kids, it does not matter the age or era, will always hear some bullshit about some random weird person, and they will crowd around the entrance of the place to see if they can look at it. And they're singing this song about Anna. I was like, oh, who the fuck is Anna? And I forget what the kids say to her, but the fucking nosy ass boy that was in the bag comes up to her, like puts his hand on his face, and she just hits it with one little flick, pop, and he falls down. All the other kids are like, wait, what the fuck?
I don't know, he tripped.
And she walked right over him. And you know what? Again, I don't blame her at all. Don't touch me.
Yeah, because they had to, I think the game was to go run through the crack to touch the furthest tree you can and run back. Before
Anna comes to get you. Or as we found out, it would be Anna and her son.
That thing, that cake. Listen, that scared
the ghoul
shit out of me.
I was like, wait, why do you look like that?
I was like, oh my, okay. I didn't sign up for that.
You clearly have, there's bodies dropping left and right. You clearly have food. So what even is that? So, you know, he ghouls off and she tries to communicate with him, but whatever his state of mind was not great. And she ran back and told Lou, like, hey, Dad, I fell out of a tree. Can you come, you know, pop the shoulder back into place, please, or something?
Mm-hmm.
And Louis gets the hint. He goes out, fixes her arm, gets the tea, and she's like, okay, are you sure you want to go back out here? Like, it might have been a freaking bobcat or what the hell did he say? It was a bobcat or a bear,
something stupid.
Like, you really think that regular animals are going to be able to manhandle me like that? Word?
You see me?
Look. And he didn't get back up. You know what? Maybe he still, legend has it, he's still laying there to this day. He
just
deserves it.
I'm like, sir, you're making all these excuses. Why don't you just go investigate the situation? Exactly. Go investigate the situation. Well, maybe it's a you and me out here investigating. How about that? Mm-hmm. How about that? Stop talking to me like I'm stupid.
This is where we need the tag team. Yeah.
So he finally goes out there and he was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. He said a baboon, unsubscribed.
A baboon, that's it, yes. That's what it was. Like, what baboon do you know is going to dislocate her arm?
Trash.
That doesn't make sense, sir.
Trash. So he finally gets his stupid ass out there. And he's like, okay, well, I don't understand what you owe. What is that? Oh, no. He gets knocked the hell around. Like, it was fast. All of a sudden, it was just like up and it was stuck.
as grotesque as it looked, yeah, it was still pretty damn strong. So the meat cute doesn't really work out right there. So, you know, they go in, find a little cubby hole to crawl into, and they're woken up in the middle of the night because there's some commotion going on. And before he goes to investigate, he notices that Claudia is in the midst of a nightmare. Mm-hmm. And to right that point, he never thought that she could dream anymore.
Because didn't he say that he didn't dream?
Yeah, because he didn't dream, and I'm fairly certain Lestat would have told him that he never did either. But Claudia does. So it calls into question not just other random bullshit that Lestat may have implanted in his brain, but I think it gives him a bit of relief, because if she's having a nightmare, then she can still dream. She can still tap in to those human emotions and wants, not just the desires of the vampire blood that's calling her to this life that they have now. And that was a very emotional thing for him to remember. Because
according to him, he was like, vampires don't dream at all. But he was like, it's just something that I forgot that I knew. We can. She did. So he was like, I like that. Listen, I miss him in Game of Thrones.
There is a channel for you guys that want some good looking Game of Thrones visual fan fiction. There's a channel, I believe it's called Wicked AI, and they have a series that they just started about, you know, the aftermath of Dany and everything happening how it did in the show, and he takes Missandei's body back to Noth, and the story starts from there. And whoever's writing the scripts is doing a pretty bang up job. And the visuals that they put to it is pretty cool too. So go check that out if y'all want to immerse yourselves in a bit of lore from the Westeros lands.
Yeah, because he's able to emote like nobody's business. Like, he's such a good actor. He's such a good goddamn actor. So the fact that he had to take a break after he realized what he remembered.
Yeah.
It was just
that is nice. A lot of life to live. So yeah, you would forget a whole lot of things. What's going on, John?
What up?
So once she wakes up from the night terror, they get up, go see what all the fuss is about, and Amelia, the poor lady who saved them from the guards, brought them into the shelter, has, for whatever reason, she was outside by herself, it seemed, and she got. How they were even able to pull her out of that situation and get her back there, we don't know. But they did, and everybody's freaking out because they know if they don't kill her, it's, all of them. You let one zombie in, the whole shelter will go down. It so only takes one.
That instead of trying to save her, like the what's the journalist wants, because this is a journalist like save her, don't have him kill her.
He's trying to save her, and he's looking over to Louis and begging him to help. And Claudia doesn't even entertain the shit. She's like, "Oh, so it's time for us to go. All right, peace." And she walks out.
I gotta get my purse.
And Louis is like, because you know Louis, he's still being his feels for people that are in harm's way somehow. And I understand it. However,
look at the state of her, and you know what's out there. You know
what's gonna happen. Exactly. You cannot intervene on that. And if things could have gone very left if he did try to intervene, and it would have just caused a whole lot more bloodshed than needed to happen. So yeah, him walking away was the best option.
Yeah, didn't it just cut off her head or something?
I'm glad he did. Yeah, he was good. The guard was gonna shoot her, but the old lady, Mama, she was like, no, a bullet ain't gonna do shit. That's not silver. You gotta chop her head off, otherwise. Right, but she said it from across the room. We like, hey, that's not gonna happen. You get and somebody hands them the axe, and we hear the chop right as Louis leaving. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks that has to happen. But in those situations, that
ain't my business.
Nope. Even if it was, I would not have hesitated. Not at all. I told y'all when the zombie apocalypse happens, y'all, as much as I love all of my babies, if they get zombified, I will put a bullet right between their eyes or off with their heads.
And you are correct. You're correct. Yeah, he's got to let go. He's got to let go. Yeah.
He has to let humanity do their inhumane things. Yeah, pretty much.
And keep it pushing. And so they keep it pushing and go to try to find the thing that was out there.
The gold pyre.
Because when they found, I think in the fight before, when they encountered him, when Claudia got a good lick in, it went and then it ran off like a baby.
And then you know what it just reminded me of? The Beowulf story with Grendel being all big and bad, and then once Beowulf comes in,
it's really on my birthday. That's cool.
Shut the fuck up. That's an awesome birthday present right there. That's cool. I love that. But yeah, Grendel got hurt and he ran back home to mom and said, "Mommy, they hurt me," and blah blah blah. So that's exactly what happened here. The next time they find this thing, mom's is with them. And they're trying to talk again and it don't work out. And Louis is like, "Okay, hey, calm down. We're just trying to talk." And then the thing sees mom in distress and jumps on Louis. So then Claudia has to come and jump on him, and
get rid of him.
Goes the eyeballs.
Send him to the lower room.
Head.
Well, no, they actually maim him, and then the mom is like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?" He can't even defend himself. He can't do nothing. Now I got to send him to the lower room.
How is he supposed to hunt without his eyes? And for a second, it looked like she was going to hit Claudia, but she perfectly assessed the situation. And again, I think this is something, if you have kids in these types of situations, you can't be thinking with the great good side of your mom heart. Okay, she did the exact thing she was supposed to. It's gonna smash.
I'm leaving.
And she didn't even have to say the words. Her energy said, "Come the fuck on, let's go." And they followed, and they were living in some rundown mansion that probably looked extremely pristine some moons ago.
Yeah, I think she said that was hers, right? Or was it somebody else?
I believe it was hers and the coven that they had there. But what we come to find out is it's that run down, not really because of the war or anything current, but it's been like that because they were getting picked off left and right. And it just left them in squalor. She was the last one. Yeah, and they were happy, like, hey, how many of us are there out here? And she pointed at her son. I was like, he was the last one that was left besides me. And she was like,
I don't think, did she talk in riddles or did she? No, I can't remember.
I believe she was speaking plainly. It sounded like she was talking in riddles. It's more poetic, I think, to what she was feeling because Claudia gave her a little bit of her blood. And just before that is the conversation where Louis was saying you giving them that blood that's in your veins that you've been collecting from these people, that's not going to help him. You need better blood. These people have been downtrodden for too long. They've experienced too much sorrow. They're sad and they're sick. Their blood is poisoned. You're not going to be able to raise your ranks again because you don't have proper food. You need better blood. And that little bit that she gets from Claudia, you can see, I think, visibly, and kudos to the makeup artist, that it doesn't like heal her all the way, but you can tell
the light is back.
It revitalizes her.
Yeah, it was like subtle.
Yeah, like her cheeks are a bit less sunken in. Her skin is just a bit less pasty than it was. It's great. It was a great transition. And yeah, she goes in. She almost has a hope for the future, and we can tell on Claudia's face she absolutely does. But Claudia, you are still a sweet summer child sometimes, because Mom said, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm out. She just looks at us and says, hey, this was all ours, but really on paper right now we own nothing. And she sacrifices herself to R'hllor.
Yep.
And that is how we end the episode.
I felt so bad for Claudia because she was like, oh my God, I found somebody to talk to. I found somebody to learn from. I found a teacher. Mother. Like nothing. She was like, girl, I'm tired. I'm not making it to Paris. Take my
and that's one of the things that Claudia said, like, yo, I have only known 4 vampires in my whole afterlife, and all of y'all suck. All of y'all are trash. And she meets this one, and yes, Mom's looks grotesque. What was her name? I wrote it down because I thought it was Daciana.
Daciana, okay.
Yeah. And you can tell that she. Oh yeah, 33. Oh yeah. I think she was. Wait. Oh, isn't Claudia about 33 now? No,
I thought she was older.
I believe Claudia is in her 60s right now. Yeah, definitely. Do the Google checks. But I'm fairly certain she's way past 33 now.
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. That's also not what I asked you. Oh, man.
Yeah. Claudia saw the mom in Daciana, and she yearned for that. And not even just the mom, but the loving feeling that she could see clearly for Daciana's offspring, whether that was her real son or not, or she just made him into a vampire. So she claims him as her child.
1917, and then she died in 1950.
1917 and died in 1950. Okay.
Yeah. And this is in the 40s. I think, right?
What? Wasn't there a line where she was saying how long it's been? And she said something around 60 years or so?
I thought so. Like in the last one when they ate those people.
Yeah. Could be misremembering. I don't know.
I'm looking at the wiki for the show because, of course, the book had different dates. The book's like 1795. And I was like, listen.
Yeah, we can't go by that time.
Yeah, we're not there.
We cannot. But actually, there was a couple scenes after this. Louis and Armand are talking about an arrangement for the missing pages, and those pages were missing. We found because Armand is mentioned on them, and Louis like, I don't want to put it in the memoir or whatever. I just want it for me, for my knowledge, because he's still on that high that he remembered something so precious that he forgot. He wants to remind himself again of what was on those pages. So I understand that that feeling. He's always been a sentimental dude.
There you go.
And this is when Daniel even more so gets in his bag, shutting Armand's game down.
But
so he asks Louis a question. Armand starts talking. He's like, "Yo, I'll get to you." But Louis, go ahead.
But he's also like, so are you in or you out? So if you want to sit here and be a part of this, you have to be a part of this. You can't just come in and drop your little tidbits and leave. If you're going to be you're going to be part of this interview, you're going to be interviewed. You have to understand that. So what do you want? What do you want to do? And so I think at the end of that episode, didn't he agree to be a part of the interviews from here on out or something like that? Yeah. It was getting close to when they met. Yeah.
And that is the end of episode 1. And when we come back for episode 2, we are now in Paris. But and it's I think he labeled it as the precursor, like New Orleans Mach 1 is basically what he calls it. And it admittedly, it's not really that great right about now. It is kind of hoodish. So
they're coming out of the war. They're starting to be free.
He can tell everything's is coming back. I can feel it. They on a rise. So they decide to go ahead and chill there, and then they decide where they're gonna go hunt. Like they're trying to figure out whether they want to go to McDonald's or Burger King or whatever.
Come on.
And what we notice that they did not notice is they are being watched. And the two ladies that are watching them, the one thing we hear them say is, it's really customary for one of us to tell the coven that's already here if they be coming into town. Like, these motherfuckers is rude as shit.
I know they just walking in and saying there's nobody.
The fuck? Just coming in and snacking on our shit? Why you in our fridge, bruh?
Come on. The door's unlocked. Doesn't mean you can come on in, dog. Like, who is this?
Right. Y'all didn't even knock first. Y'all didn't send no ravens, no memos, no emails.
Rude. And not to mention the way that they were like, I guess, I don't want to say like discarding the bodies, but it wasn't the way that they were getting rid of the bodies. And so it's actually leaving bodies to be found. And they were like,
even being so careless as to Louis getting up for his breakfast or midnight snack, I guess, whatever, getting ready to go to work, and he goes out onto the balcony, snatches a bird, starts eating it well before he goes inside, while there's full bright ass lights on, and you can be seen, and he is seen by somebody else that's watching from across the street. Because yes, absolutely, they are keeping a close eye on these interlopers.
We see you, dog.
And yes, Paris is the mother city, indeed. They get the props for that.
Like, we can see you, dog. You know that, right?
Text before you come over. Exactly. Right. Like, do you know I can see you? Okay, Drax, I am perceiving you just fine, sir. Your movements are not that slow. Right. Eating all of the food.
And just throwing shit on the floor.
Cleaning up after themselves. Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
Why you leave the plate on the table?
You couldn't even rinse it off?
Nothing.
Okay. Put it in the dishwasher at least?
Okay.
Rude as hell. No home training.
No.
So basically, the coven is becoming disgusted with their with the way they move it, and rightly so. I can't blame them. You can't come up in somebody's house and be on this nonsense. You're gonna put them in danger.
Yep.
But what we do learn for what's going down now, they got a little place, little nice spot, looks like downtown right there on the scene. And Louis has made himself into a decently successful photographer. He's able to stay in it's not like super nice mansions and shit, but it's a little ritzy over there.
It's a good area.
Some nice shops on the
block.
It's a
good area, It's decent.
So decent that one day Claudia is walking in the nighttime and a blackout happens. Blackout is basically when there's weirdness in the electricity and everything just shuts down, and they have to wait. And everyone you see, there's few people out, they all scatter quickly. and get inside somewhere. And there's one dude that looks out the window and he comes outside like, hey, miss, hey, because he sees Claudia looking into this dress shop. And I don't know, we don't know what it is right then and there, but he's like, hey, man, you don't want to go in there. You sure you need somewhere to go? Like if you can't get home right now. And she just ignores him, walks on in, because him saying that, I think, is what made her even more want to go in there and talk to that lady.
Thank you.
Exactly. It's Claudia we're talking about. Can't tell her what to do. No. Absolutely not. And she has this, she speaks to this lady, it haggles down how much it's going to cost to get the dress taken in that she wants. And was there a bit of a snippiness in the air to you?
A bit of what?
During this conversation?
I missed a word. I'm sorry. I was yawning.
I was saying snippy.
Snippy? I think so, because she's just so used to people coming in here and just treating her like hot shit. So she was already defensive. She was on the defense, period. Because, she had to protect herself first. So, yeah, there's definitely a little bit of snippiness from the dressmaker. Because she was like, what are you doing? Why? What do you want? What do you need?
Like, do you even have fundage?
Exactly. Like, what do you need for me to do? Like, what?
She basically, she is the retail worker that is at the store, tired, been on her feet all day, and probably dealing with a whole bunch of Karens on that street.
And 5 minutes to close, and somebody come in asking for a whole.
And here she come asking for a whole dress. So I can't really fault the woman on that. I really wasn't getting like a terrible vibe from her. She was a bit snippy, yeah, but I get it.
Like, girl, what the fuck?
I understand. But Claudia haggles her price. I do believe she pays her right there and says she'll be back later for it. And what happened after that? I think we cut back to,
because doesn't Armand meet him in the park?
Not just yet.
Or do they have a conversation about where do you come in?
This is just a bit after this. Louis waxes poetic about how he loves being a photographer. And they cut back after the dress scene to Louis showing Daniel the pictures from that time of Claudia, some of the theater troupe and whatnot. And then this is where we get into Armand, and he's in one of the pictures too. And they are so very cute with their meetup memories. But still, y'all are absurd.
Trash. I hate that man. I don't like him.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what it was. And she just did not have that to do, especially at the end of the day. And she has to be at work extra now because she has to wait till the power comes back on to be able to properly close out and shut everything down.
And people are treating her like shit on the street. So on top of all of that, what the fuck do you want, girl? Respectfully, that's about as good as it's gonna get. What do you want?
Oh man. So yeah, but they have that little meet cute. He is in. I think Armand started off going there for a different purpose because, like I said, they've been in violation for a little bit. But then he saw, like, for real, up close and personal, Louis, and was like, "Oh."
So he was like, "You know what? Here's some.
You know what? Why don't you come home and meet like everybody else first?
This is where we are. Meet us there.
Let me give you this chance to maybe redeem yourself.
Amends. Yeah, because
make amends. Come and introduce yourself."
He was like, "You do know you need to do this," and he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, so you have no idea of the structure."
Because Lestat never properly gave them the rules.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, so you have no idea what's happening." Okay, so here's the thing: when you come into a new city, you have to tell the current coven there. And you did not inform us. So to make amends, I'm going to need you to come to this location. Bring your cute self to this location so we can
Don't be late.
Have an introduction. It's very simple.
And make sure you bring little sis too, because she needs to come and make amends as well. Okay.
Bring the child. There was like bring the child vampire, which by the way should not happen. Just
so you know. Just so you know.
And
I will say though, Lestat did warn him about that. However, Lestat will always give Louis what he wants.
Absolutely, every single time. Every single time. Toxic down to his socks.
So much. And speaking of which, that reminds me, what I actually skipped over that has been reoccurring that in episode
him
1
popping up
was images of, he basically was having his full freaking Bella moments when Edward left, of these apparitions of Lestat coming and talking to him at different times, like, oh, I miss you, don't you miss me?
See, I feel like
Lestat, you.
I feel like that's real. I still feel like that's real because he wasn't dead. But
There's
he just
every
knew to give
chance
this man
that
his
it
space.
could be.
He just knew to give this man his space. That's what I feel like, because I'm like, we know he wasn't dead. We know he set him up.
And that's
to
the
live.
thing about Lestat. He's strong. He's old enough to have that power.
Mm-hmm. And
so
not to
it's
mention,
interesting how they play it.
Smart enough to realize that he could have been killed, but he was not at the behest of Louis. So so he could have been there poking fun at him mentally. But
of course, because that's such a petty Lestat thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, even with all this unpleasantness, I still love you.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know where that's going to be headed.
Always.
The toxic train will never end with them. Blah 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 blah. So we end up in what I put in my notes for this is the Rocky Horror Picture Show live Mach 1, because we get to this theater. Bruh.
Did you recognize one of the actors from Rings of Power?
Shit. I looked up his name. Damn it. I didn't write it down. I don't remember his name. But yes, immediately when he came out on stage, I said, "Oh, this shit's about to be good."
That's my man with the coiffed hair, Syrian. I think it's
Syrian
or something like that.
That's it. What is it, Kyrian or Syrian? I want to say it's pronounced with the K. I could be misremembering. Chat room, help us out, por favor.
He was the one.
Yes, you're correct.
Told,
they have a very abusive relationship.
He was the one who told Ned Stark to make the rings. Yeah, to keep the rings.
That ma'am. For a second, I was about to say, nope. Show you right, because you said Ned Stark. Sean Bean is who comes into my brain first, but I forgot it was little baby Stark.
Yeah, baby Stark.
That was in there. Yeah.
That was him.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh! But of course, he was supposed to be the second in command, wasn't he, in this vampire situation?
I think that's what it is, and that's why he's basically the ringmaster equivalent. But leading up to that, though, as soon as they get to the line, he hands the ticket. He's like, "Oh, Monsieur, we've been waiting for you."
Mm-hmm.
Rips the ticket in half. Here you go. Please go to your seats. We got y'all taken care of. And they come in and they play this. This is honestly a pretty good gig. A pretty good gig that they've thought up here. We're a theater troupe, and we're going to give you all of the drama, all of the feels, all of the tea. Everything that you see is real.
And you're going to be like,
when all of this shit goes down, y'all were complicit with it, you filthy fucking bastards. And I'm so glad that you're here to see it. Thank you for coming. And the show commences. Bruh.
Tomfoolery and shenanigans. It's just like really cute little acts and cute little skits and songs until they get to the end, and it's not cute no more.
I felt so bad for her. I felt so bad for her. She straight up says, "I was kidnapped from my hotel room.
And they were like, ha,
vampires, please help me." And everybody's sitting there like,
no,
come on, stop it.
No.
The hype man, right? They got the hype man in the back yelling shit, trying to egg the shit on, and nobody's listening. And she's like, okay, hold on. Let's say the monster does have a heart. Let's say we let you go, but someone else has to take your place. Like Mir Mazur said, only death can pay for life. If you leave, you got to put somebody else in a hot seat, though. It's got to be a trade. And she declines trading her husband. She declines trading her son. Random person in the aisle, in the, it was like the front row, I think it was. And I'm pretty sure he was a man of prestige, because he's big and buxom. That's usually a sign with the clothes he had on. Yeah, that he's a man of note. And he was like, yeah. Well, because I don't know him. Yep, you can take him. And he does the thing again to where he says, now, do remember, sir, and then when you're sitting next to the rest of these people, y'all having drinks and kikiing and kakaan, y'all at church, you're praying together, singing and praising the Lord, that one of them at any given time could sell you out without even a second fucking thought. But y'all go ahead and sing them hymns. It's all good. And he completely declines. He totally dangled the carrot in front of her face. And yeah, she gets got. She gets jumped.
She gets ate, and Claudia was like
right on there. And Claudia was amazed, in her best life, smiling, not even trying to hide the fangs because she don't need to, because half of the audience has fake ass fucking fangs also. And Louis just looks disgusted. He's looking around like every face he looks at, his lips curl just a little bit more, like, ugh. Oh wait, a soul swap? You think it was a soul swap? I don't know.
Oh my goodness, my eyeball.
I don't know. They looked a little too hungry to be doing soul swaps. I think she's just dead. She was the midnight snack.
And then they all pounced on her, and then that was the end of the show. And everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's so great!" And go home.
Yeah, Jordan, you're right. It could be his guilt, but the psychic level powers that Lestat has, I would not put it past him for this to actually be happening. And Claudia doesn't see it, obviously, but he's not in Claudia's head. He is in Louis'. So I don't know. I hope that pans out. We'll see. And Claudia would not care.
Not at all. She's like, I wanted you dead, bitch. Because she was going to do it. No qualms. But then so after the performance, they end up going to the, what's it called? The back room behind the stage to meet everybody and to offer a reason as to why they declined a meeting and an introduction when they first came into the city. And he was like, "We didn't know this shit.
Well, we didn't know that needed to
like, you guys happen. Are the first vampires that we have met that are capable of talking and are okay."
Right. Or seem like you're relatively sane individuals still. And yes, she absolutely got nommed. Poor Tingaling.
Poor Tingaling. And he was like, "I don't think you guys understand that the other vampire we met besides the one that made us, she jumped into the fire. Like, she's in there. You know what I'm saying? She's like, in there.
We couldn't stop her.
We didn't know any rules. So what are you talking about?" And they were like, "Oh,
well, okay."
So didn't they explain where they were from, or because I know that in this area they looked up and they saw that picture of Lestat and they were like,
they saw the picture of Lestat. Yeah, they didn't say exactly how they got started, but once they look up and they see that picture, like, oh, well, who's that on the wall over there? And that is one of our illustrious co-founders, Lestat de Leoncourt.
And they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow.
That's amazing." Internally panicking, screaming. That's fantastic.
Completely projecting and not hiding at all that y'all know who this man is. These vampires have been properly trained. They are well in their bag. They are a well-oiled machine. And you didn't think that you needed to school your face just a little bit better? Just
I mean, granted, especially since you know this is where he's from. He's told you he's from here. Wouldn't his co-founder? Like, which from on that note leads me right back to Daniel and the Shade. So Lestat came from there too. He was like, "Oh yeah, you know, he used to date him too, because he calls him." I was like, "Wait, you knew Lestat first?" "Oh yeah, we had a little thing back in the day." "You was banging Lestat too?" He was like, "Wow."
He was around Louis, like, you wasn't gonna tell me that before this?
He was like, "Oh my god, that's so great to know now." Like, geez,
Daniel is a whole fucking vibe.
Listen, I agree. Like, how you gonna sit here?
Oh, interesting.
Like,
eventually I'm gonna get around to these books
and talk about, like, have Louis tell his whole story, knowing goddamn well you were involved. Like, you, first of all, you knew the story. You were involved with one of the main players of the story. So technically, the story should have started with you.
Yep,
we should have started with you.
At the very least. At the
You're
very
the beginning.
least.
You know, you met him first. So why didn't we start here and then work our way to here and then continue?
And then we wouldn't have to do half of this nonsense and all this shit that you complaining about that's coming out of my man's Daniel's mouth. Maybe he wouldn't have had to come to you real like that if you were just being fucking honest.
Listen.
But no, he has to get in y'all's ass. He has to be a petty bitch to y'all to make you see, oh, well, what happened?
Like, perhaps we might have probably attempted to mention. You know?
Right, and maybe I wouldn't have been rude, as you say, if you weren't pussyfooting around this whole damn story. Again, theater kids. And yeah, let's not get around. You ain't never lie.
Listen, and so when they leave this place after discovering all of that, did they go on a hunt with them this night? Or did they come back another night?
I think it was another night because we kind of get a little bit of a montage. It reminded me a lot of you remember in the Lost Boys, that first time they got Michael to go out on the bikes with them, and then they took him to the train tracks. That's kind of the vibe I was getting with them rolling around to all these different neighborhoods and different places and whatnots, all the way up until this mansion party that they crash, and they go in and just literally kill everybody, and then they burn it to the ground and burn it down to the ground.
Because you know how I love a
do
fire.
Not leave evidence.
I love a flame. You know what I'm saying? Love it.
Oh man. And meanwhile, while they're in there, having their carnage, Armand and Louis are outside. And yeah, they had the little flirty for a little bit. But then Armand, at least we see here in the early days, he was about his business and not twisting words and speaking in riddles and whatnots. So, we figured out that Lestat, right?
I don't even think it's we.
I think
he knows.
Oh, that's right. It is just him because the rest of them, if they are faking knowing and just acting like they don't know, maybe possible. But yeah, he does.
Armand definitely knows.
Do not mention this and this, and also don't go back to where was it? He went. Was it a bank? He got that note in the safety deposit box. He went to
Lestat's lawyer, I think.
Yeah.
For proof of life, because so when's the last time you heard from Lestat? Like, because he wasn't sure if he was dead. That's why I'm like, sir, you didn't kill him though. So if you
didn't know Lestat, he did.
No, Rashid didn't know.
Oh no, the real Rashid. That's right. Yeah. The real Rashid didn't. No. Yeah, it was. No, it was. Did Daniel ask Rashid?
He did. He was being. He's like, does the real Rashid know him? Right. Do you know him? He was being an ass about it, but he's correct. I would be asked too.
Hilarious.
But yeah, he went to the lawyer to ask for a proof of life because
fair enough, Jackie.
He just wasn't sure if Lestat was actually dead. They've been saying that, but I'm like, Louis, sweetie, if you didn't kill him, you know that you can survive on rats. You know that.
Exactly.
Daniel told you exactly how it would go.
Which is why you put him over there, bro. You're not this man of mystery like you think, okay? You are not Austin Powers.
Yeah, so
you're very readable. So yeah, he tells him, do not go back to that lawyer's office, because if you start making too many inquiries at too many of the right places, you're gonna uncover some shit and bring some shit to you, and then in turn bring it to us that you're really not going to want to see.
Or not even just us. He's like, if you don't be careful, you're going to alert everybody else. And then when they come to me, I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to ask the questions that I already know the answer to.
Yep.
So,
but for right now, I think you cute. So, let's
exactly.
Just keep that right now.
Brown booties need to be bouncing. And he was like,
Speaking of brown booties bouncing, Claudia, ever in her craziness is looking at Louis like, yo, I don't understand why I wanted to go hunting by myself for so long, because these motherfuckers know what the hell they doing. I am never going hunting on my own again. And just before, I think it was just before this, where Louis was trying to get her to leave. He's like, no, I am not going back. And don't think I didn't notice all that tension and chemistry and heat between you and Armand. Okay, I already see it. And Louis is just like, he tries to talk.
What are you talking about? Whatever do you mean?
Dearest brother, father, papa,
if you will.
Who do you think you're fooling? That shit was so palpable that I could already picture what the thing is going to look like when he's smashing your cheeks. So let's not do these games.
Let's not.
Please remember, I am not a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go find something to smash while you get yourself together. Good day.
I is not a stupid. Okay? I is not a stupid. Thank you so very much.
Fake Rashid could not admit to knowing Lestat or Orietta.
That's true.
Away his identity.
Yeah,
very true.
That's the funny part. And that's why Daniel will never, ever get off this dude's neck. Both of them.
Yep.
He's gonna fake Rashid and Rashid it all the way out. Fake Rashid and Rashid it all the way out. After he even knows this man's name is Armand. Like fake Rashid.
Yep.
Are you the real Rashid? Fake one.
I love the shade. I
do. I appreciate that. But because Daniel was like real bitter about the fact that now he's joining in the narration and he's been lied to, and he still feels like something is off, and he can't quite
something else. Yeah.
What the off is. And so when he was poking Armand got sick and tired of it. Armand got sick and tired of this man interrupting him talking, making jokes about what he's saying, not listening to him. So he goes ahead and turns on the vampire abilities and jumps into his mind. It was like, oh, because you want to fuck around, you're going to find out today. Let me show you this. And so he brought up all these like past
the proposals
images
that never happened.
Yes, his wife and all this stuff that happened, and it elicited an emotional response for him. But in him doing that, he accidentally unlocked a memory of him meeting Armand. And he was like, the fuck?
Hit him with that Uno reverse. Hit him real quick. He hit him with that, when Snape was putting Harry through the training and Snape got pissed at him, was about to pop off, and Harry hit the quick protego and Uno reversed that shit right back on him. Like, oh, bitch, you want to talk? You want to talk, Armand?
So now he's even more confused.
I love Daniel. These whole 2 episodes. Baby was on his game, and I love that about him.
Getting all the information and then having to sit in
full view of public.
Come on, all day, every day,
just shameless
in his brown suit,
looking dapper as fuck.
I had to actually look up the actor that plays Armand, because I'm like, the way they got him styled and looking in this. I looked at his regular pictures. I went,
this damn word.
That's him.
I haven't seen him. Outside of makeup. Are the locks still at least? No. Oh, that's
the picture that he has on IMDb. He has short hair, I think.
I
was like,
well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Let me see if it's still up. He might change it because,
like I was telling Meeks backstage before we started, I will give props for the cheekbones that he lent me in the face swap that I did for my face here. So at least he's got that going for him.
Let me see.
Oh man. Chat room. While Meeks is checking the informationals, how would y'all rate these 2 episodes? What are we rating? We need a new rating this season. Lestat's not here, so we can't do whole points.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to pull it up, but yeah. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think it's the hair. The hair makes the difference, I think.
The hair and the eyeballs. Them little yellow eyeballs.
The contacts, yep. Agree.
Listen.
Highly likely that it is a wig. Or
he grew out his hair
into his hair. Yeah,
which would make sense because hair is luscious. I'm trying to figure out what
What's our rating system for this one? I almost wanted to say cheek claps, but we did that for House of the Dragon. Oh yeah, his fashion sense is on point. Absolutely. I would love to run into his closet. I just know he got a whole bunch of 3 snaps in a Z formation.
How about like tickets to the show or something show related?
Tickets to the show. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So how many tickets to the show for episode 1?
I thoroughly liked it, even though it was very expositionful, very narrative. I think that's the correct term I want to use. So I'm going to give it 8 tickets out of 10.
Okay.
I was thoroughly entertained, and I love Petty.
Yeah. And I think I will see you on that 8 out of 10 as well. Chat room, put your scores out there. Episode 2, what you got?
Episode 2, I'm giving it definitely a 9 tickets, because this was more a day in the life and learning about the vampires as a coven, learning about Armand and how much he knew and his side of things, which is always interesting because he's been quiet for so long, just like listening in. So now hearing his because didn't he find out how old he was in the last episode of season 1?
Yeah, I think he's like close to 700, wasn't it?
I thought it was 500.
Like, between 5, five sounds right.
So just getting a bit of his lore, and as old as he is, hearing his opinion and his views on stuff. So I really did enjoy that. And I know even though he begrudgingly hated this man for lying to him, he was also very interested in it.
514.
Daniel was interested in it. Period.
He definitely is.
Period.
Absolutely.
So I just like that we got to see that, them coming into their own, them learning and how to interact with other vampires in Paris. It was just really fun. So I just give it a solid 9. 9 tickets. Tickets.
I like that. Yeah, for this one, I think I'm going to go with an 8.75. I think, all of it flowed well. Like Daniel is a whole vibe. Fake Rashid, even though he really doesn't say much, just his presence is hilarious. And I do like the cuteness that was Armand and Louis on these couch sessions.
They're very cute,
because you could tell there is true, genuine love there. And I like that. I love love. 8.63259.
It's almost giving pie. That's what I felt like.
It was giving me what the hell is the name? Jenny, what is it? 8675309.
Yeah. Yeah. Jenny's number.
Yep. Let's see. What else did I like about this up? Everything, honestly. Seeing all of the different interactions and just how well they are playing this up as a theater troupe. I think it's pretty damn smart the way they did it. It's almost like a more comical Nosferatu, which I'm into that vibe. 9 tickets. All right, cool. So what 3.14. We will be back Monday, if all goes well. For I think I'm gonna do an Invincible Monday, and then we'll continue with the vampires. Huh?
That's not me then.
Oh, don't you watch Invincible? I asked you that, and I keep forgetting you haven't watched it yet.
I watched the first episode years ago, and then I stopped because I was overloading myself, and I am still on the catch up from that. I'm still catching up. So I haven't. Yep. Okay, so not Monday, then Tuesday. The boys will be on for Invincible. I believe it's either going to be Invincible or chatting about some movie trailers, because I am actually scheduled with 1,000 Hours and One next Tuesday. We're going to talk about a Goofy movie because it is like all of the cutes, and it's that Valentine's celebration. The blackest Disney movie ever.
Channel. It is, absolutely. That movie is when I figured out, oh, Goofy's black. All right, cool. Because you can never really put Goofy in any kind of different category like you could everybody else. So Yeah. Then we'll be back Wednesday for some more vampire chats. And at some point in time, when the next couple of weeks or so, we're gonna do a Dune discussion. Probably have Jess and Heidi come back through.
Well, and you know, you gotta get prepared for Wheel of Time.
Yes, and Wheel of Time is coming up soon, as is Daredevil.
Is Daredevil
know when Stranger Things is coming?
I don't think there's a date. Hold on. I don't think there's a date for Stranger Things.
Let's see. I think Daredevil is first.
Yeah, there's no date for Stranger Things.
Okay.
I think it's like a beginning of like March the 5th or something like that. That's not what I asked.
That sounds accurate. And yes, the
March 4th.
Yes. March 4th. Yeah, that is right around the corner. So we'll adjust. We'll adjust.
And then Wheel of Time, I think, is on the 13th.
Yeah.
And they're coming out with the first, I want to say
first 2 or 3.
I want to say it was 3.
I think it was the first 3 last season too. We might split them up. I think we'll only do
that's the 13th
episodes max.
So
yeah.
That would be a Thursday. Which means it might come out on a Wednesday.
Wednesday after, like, around midnight.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. It looks like the first 2 episodes are going to be.
We never did Squid Games simply because of timing, but that is on. We're gonna cover that just like we do Dune. Just put the whole season.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, because it's technically.
It's technically only half of
the final season. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's on the 13th. Yeah, I gotta figure. I feel like there's something else I'm missing. I feel like there's something reminder, else. John. I feel like there
is too.
Because they moved the Dunkin' Egg to like fall, I think. And it was supposed to be in the spring.
I didn't hear that one. Okay. Has anybody watched Captain America yet?
It was snowing stupidly here, so I was in the house.
You know, I didn't know that it was snowing until I went outside to go to work.
Okay, yeah. I'm watching Yellow Jackets. I don't know if you've watched Yellow Jackets.
I have not watched Yellow Jackets, but I do know all of the things that happen because Daniel CC does a great hour-long breakdowns of those seasons. So I am caught up. If you want to chat about it, we could definitely do some streams about that. Maybe get the Homie Faith Fire to come through.
Has no date as of right now. Just says 2025. I don't watch White Lotus.
What's White Lotus? I don't even know what that is.
I've been hearing about it. So it's a comedy dramedy series.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that's what. Hold on, that's what it is. Percy.
What? Oh shit! Are they coming back soon already?
Yeah, they're coming back this year, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we will definitely be having the Percy Jackson. You heard it was bad? Oh no.
No, I didn't hear it was bad. I heard here's the thing, the people who didn't like it were the people who were not gonna like it, if that makes sense. And then the people who did like it.
Okay.
Like I heard it's an okay movie, like 7 out of 10, but it's not bad.
That's not not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I know Percy is coming up soon, but there's no date for it as of yet. But I know it's coming out this year.
Indeed. I don't know. I'll see if like Daph likes Percy Jackson a lot too. We'll see if Daphne wants to come through for that one. We shall see. But that is our time for the stream tonight, folks. Thanks for hanging with us and giving us all the laughs and chuckles. We appreciate y'all, you guys. Let's see, Steve, Jackie, Mother Rowan was in earlier. Jordan, Corin. There is someone else I'm missing.
That's one of the complaints I did hear, Jordan.
What was the complaint?
He needs his superheroes to have superpowers.
I get that. I do. I feel like there's some type of serum or something that they could whip out for Falcon. I mean, the suit is killer, but y'all could raise him up just a little bit. And scroll up. Okay, I think that is all I see on the list. If I forgot anyone, I do apologize. The stream doesn't always let us go all the way back up. Lady Mina was in here as well. All right, so check your listings. We'll be back tomorrow. Pretty certain we'll be talking about some Invincible over on DJ Wun Wun's channel. Fandom D Saint will also be in there. That's what I was forgetting. Fandom just stopped in. Hopefully you're having a good day at work, or will have a good day once work starts. Thanks for hanging, folks. Right. You're correct. A lot of folks do stay hating. But I will. I will just watch all the things because all the things deserve to be watched.
I like it.
And on that note, come by for the watching in a couple days. Anything else to plug, Meeks?
No. Stuff. I got things. Things are thinking. Things
and
so.
Stuffs.
Yes, interesting things. Yeah.
And I will end actually this note as a rest in peace and farewell to Anne Comula, wonderful lady that was at my church, passed away just a few days ago. And she was a very loving person and was in my life for quite some time. And she will absolutely be missed by myself and all of her family. So go home and hug your people. You never know when things are going to happen. Peace out.
Bye.